guys, it's Charlie coming to you from my kitchen, of all places, with a little update video on the MLG controller. I've been getting a ton of questions based on my review and unboxing videos on this about how this thing's been holding up, what it's like after a year, am I still using it, has it fallen apart? Well, here we go. So, first of all, no, it hasn't fallen apart. It's still awesome. I play with this thing every single day. I haven't played an Xbox game without this since I bought it. I am loving it. It's great. This is fresh off a little Call of Duty session. Didn't bother to clean it up at all, so I'm sure there's fingerprints and greasy spots all over it. But the first thing you will notice is this rubberized coating that I raved about in my initial review. You can see it is flawless. And I have been nothing but hard on this thing. I haven't been gentle at all. It just gets stored on the top of my desk. No special treatment for it whatsoever. It's held up great. The only sign of wear on this thing that you will see is, look at that PS3 stick. You see some of the textures starting to wear off there, and the same thing for our good old Xbox concave stick top. And this is typical with any sort of Xbox or PS3 controller. This is the first thing that happens to them. Next thing that happens is you start to usually lose the depression function. That's the second thing that goes for me. I think I said it before, but I used to get like 8 to 10 months out of a controller, and then it was shot. So this one's over a year now, I guess. And it's been going great. The great thing about this is PS3, oh, it's worn out. Oh, geez, what are we going to do? You unscrew it, you go to Catz, you buy a new one, you flop it on there, and they got all sorts of crazy shapes and stuff like that now. They've got little spacers that you put in there to jack that thing up, kind of like a Control Freak, but a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. And then, if you were to have an issue where you wore out one of your sticks, you just pop that off, and you are good to go. So, no issues so far on the stick, so they've held up great. I'll probably change that one out. The Xbox 360 stick does not unscrew like the PS3 stick. Now, those little buttons or texture isn't that critical on an Xbox style stick, so I may just stay with that one. You may be asking yourself about this little circle on here. It's one of those hole protectors for notebook sheets. My son stuck it on there one day, so I sort of left it on there. No big deal. But this thing's been holding up phenomenal. I'm so used to the feel of this thing, I think it'd be hard to go back to an Xbox 360 standard controller. Also, people have been asking about the Scuff controllers, why I don't have one, why I haven't purchased one, what's my feelings on that. Well, I think they're great. Everyone that I hear who's gotten one has enjoyed it, and I see a bunch of people doing the good old jump turns, so I think they're pretty prevalent out there in the Call of Duty circles, but I don't think it would work well for me because I'm a squeezer. I like to have those fingers back there, and I grip down that thing pretty hard while I'm playing, and that seems to be right where those buttons are. I don't really float the controller in my hands. I grip it pretty good. So I don't know that it would work for me, and that's why I haven't purchased one. Also, the durability has been a question of mine because it is, at the end of the day, a basic Xbox 360 controller that's been modded up. So I don't know. It's not really anything special other than the buttons on the back, and I don't know that they would work for me. The other thing that I got against Scuff, and the reason I haven't bought one, is you can't remap those buttons. Once you decide what they're going to be, they are that way forever. And I guess you have to send it back to get them reprogrammed. That's not cool in my book. I'd like to be able to change them around. Now, there is something interesting on the controller front. Razer has come out with their second high-level controller, and I really want to try it out. I know, like many of you, I had a really bad experience with the Onza. Very disappointing, but they seem like an upstanding company, and I think they know the issues that they had, and hopefully they address them. I haven't really done any research, so if anyone has, let me know what you've heard out there. I'm considering maybe making an investment. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm really satisfied with what I'm getting out of this. I'm enjoying gaming through this even more than I would with a regular Xbox controller, so I don't know what there is to be gained. The new Razer controller, it does have some extra buttons up here, and back here it has some sort of toggle switches as opposed to depress buttons. So that seems pretty cool. Another reason that I haven't jumped on it right away is that the new consoles are supposed to be introduced anytime now, probably by the end of the year. We're looking at maybe next holiday season as the time to purchase. So with only like maybe 1 year worth of use, is it really worth investing until we know more about the consoles? Will these Xbox controllers still be good to go on a new console, or will we be on a whole new hardware revision? So until I know more about that, I'm a little hesitant to invest too much money in a controller. But if I see a good deal, if I'm feeling crazy one day, who knows, we might see a review video coming up. So as always, if you have any other questions on this controller, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I promise you that. And as always, go ahead and click subscribe. We'll have more review videos for gadgets, gaming, and otherwise, and Call of Duty videos. We'll be hammering out a bunch of those here coming up shortly. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.